All right, Sun, beautiful energy. This is the potential for great happiness. Now, but how? How do you see the potential? Because nothing really shifts, nothing really changes. It's because the sun comes out and shows us everything. You know what they say, everything seems a lot easier. You could be in a house, it's old and it looks scary and haunted and stuff at night. As soon as the lights come up, you think, oh, wow, this is a really kind of beautiful period property. The sun makes all the difference. And it feels like this week you'll see everything clearly. That's what the sun is. You see everything clearly. And in seeing everything clearly, you see the potential. You see the potential for great happiness. Beautiful energy to manifest. So if you're trying to achieve something, if you want something, this is a great week to focus on, that and seeing the path forward, seeing the path to that happiness. There's not much else you can say with that. The sun's an amazing energy to get your underlying because it's a level of positivity. Think about it. The sun, it's life-giving, right? So it's creativity, and it's very kind of in tune with that page of wands that came up. So it's about creativity. It's new ventures, anything new that you're trying to give life to. This is a great week for that. And it feels like it couldn't happen a minute sooner because we have the Seven of Wands coming up at the heart of your reading. And this is about where you've just been standing there dealing with everything that's been coming at you. This is not about creation. This is the opposite of creation. I always say that with the Seven of Wands. I said this Capricorn, actually, they got this as their past energy. This is where, if you've had to just defend, put up a shield against what's coming at you, how can you express? You can't, right? This is stopping. This is defensive energy. So this is what's at the heart of the reading, and everything kind of revolves around this. And that's what you're shifting from. So you may start off this week looking at this and thinking, Jay, I have no idea. I can't see anything clearly. I can't imagine giving birth to anything. I'm still dealing with everything that's coming at me. Okay, don't worry. It's shifting. It's moving to that. It's moving away from that, rather. You have three kind of wands cards, and you have the fire energy here as well. So, it's very fiery. A lot of this can be frustrating. I'm not going to lie. When you're stuck here, if you feel like you want to give birth to something, give life to something, you want to create something, but all the while you're just defending, you're just trying to deal, you're just, trying to put one foot in front of the other and move forward. That can be very frustrating. Because you have that spark of creation within you. You think, I could be doing this. Now, where does all this come from? We have the High Priestess coming up as a past energy. And she's all about our intuition. She's knowledge that we have. I kind of feel... I'm going to say this to you. When I see the High Priestess coming up, especially as a past energy, it may be that you've known something for a while, but you haven't been able to act on it. You haven't been able to say anything, which I know is not very Aquarian. We're not known to keep our mouths shut about stuff. But the High Priestess, it's been a gut feeling, an instinct that you have. But again, how could you express it when you've been dealing with this, right? How could you? The other thing I'll say about the High Priestess, she's very intuitive. She could be a tarot card reader, a light worker of some kind. Maybe you've been doing some work like that, or this can also be psychic connections with people. I get that too. Or learning the tarot, or learning astrology, or learning one of those kind of otherworldly, other realm kind of practices. And maybe you're now ready to give birth to that or bring it out into the light. When the sun comes up as an underline, I'm sorry, I'm wheezing. It kind of feels like you can bring something out into the light, especially when we get a secretive energy like the High Priestess. You might have been working on something in secret that other people don't know about, obviously, right? It doesn't have to be something nefarious or bad, but I don't know. Maybe you've been taking evening classes on the side. Maybe you've been taking a course online. Maybe you've had an intuition or an inkling or some kind of psychic connection with someone or about someone, and you've not brought it out into the light, and now it is. Because the time wasn't right before. It wasn't right because you were dealing with all of this. I kind of feel like that's dissipating this week. That's the main focus of this week, is getting rid of this crap that's been coming at you. And I say that because we have the Ten of Wands in the present. Now, this is the past, right? And we always look at where we've been so we can know where we're going. And this could be last week, last month, last year. So this has been around for a while. Whatever this instinct is, you've known. But if someone said, that's us, right? We know. So if someone said to you, Aquarius, how do you know? You couldn't have told them. It's like osmosis. You just kind of have the intuition, or you just know the thing. But you couldn't express it, you couldn't act on it, you couldn't do anything with it because it's been a burden. Or maybe the knowing's been a burden, right? But the Ten of Wands is a burden, overburdened with commitments and responsibilities. It's something that, some people don't like it when I say this, but it's a fact. This is a burden that you willingly carry. Now, you'll always get people saying, I don't have a choice. If I didn't do that, then, you know, I'd be homeless or there wouldn't be food and stuff. Yeah, okay. But, you know, that's still a choice to do it, to be able to pay your rent. I always say, take the power back. Even if it's not a great choice, it's still a choice. At least say, yes, well, I'm choosing to do this. And this guy's choosing to carry that. They're not tied to him. No one's there with a whip making him carry them. He's carrying them home. Because he started off with that first wand, right? He's been collecting the wands the whole way. Something that he was trying to achieve. And when he began this journey with that first wand, he was very excited. He was very enthusiastic about it. But along the way, it's become a burden now. It's become a burden. But the great news is he's putting it down. He's almost home. Have a look how he looks over here. Does he live here somewhere? He's like, I can put these down now. And that's what this is about, putting it down. Ten of Wands can also be about delegation, asking for help, getting someone to help you with it. It doesn't have to carry it alone. But it's almost, I mean, can you imagine if you were literally carrying 10 wands like that? And imagine if it was raining or snowing or something, and you'd feel miserable and you're carrying it. But then imagine you could see your house was nearby. The sun came out and it's all kind of dry and beautiful now. Trust me, you'd pick up the pace a little bit. No matter how tired you were, you'd think, okay, I'm nearly there. I can do this. It's that last leg of the journey. And so where does this lead? If you can put down this burden, and I don't know what this burden is, it's going to be something different for each and every single one of you, right? But whatever that burden is, it feels like now you get the result that you expect. So what are you expecting? I'm hoping something positive. There are 3 very positive cards that are coming up here. I mean, 4 if you count the High Priestess, but we don't know what she knows or what you know, right? You know what you know, but we don't know what you know, if that makes sense. The Sun, beautiful, positive. The Ace of Cups, beautiful, positive energy. And then the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is the work that you've put into something and you get back the results of that. Now, I know this is the completion of a cycle because it's a 10, right? That cycle's done, it's completed. But with the 3 of Wands coming up, that seems to be like the first phase of a bigger plan, if that makes sense. There's something bigger going on here. And you've had to focus. I kind of get the sense that you've been focusing on the battle. This has been the battle and it's been bloody hard. But the war is going really well. The battle might have kicked your butt. But the war itself, and I'm sorry to use kind of like war terminology. I'm always on about the warrior path and all of that. So I kind of tend to go there. But with the Sun here, you know, it just makes everything lighter. And so the 3 of Wands, he's waiting for his ships to come in, right? But he knows what's coming in. He knows. That's why he waits there. He knows my cargo is on that ship. And not only does he know what's coming in, he knows what he's going to do with it when it comes in. Now, have a look at this. It just kind of hit me as well. So we have the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. That's the 10 of Wands as well. Aquarius, are you just dropping one load just to pick up another lot? But what is this new? I mean, I feel it's lighter, whatever it is. I don't think you're going to be any less busy. I don't think you're going to be any less burdened by it. But it feels like something. Now this is what you wanted to do. Whatever this was. And that's why you've done it. You've done it on your intuition. Like people might have looked at you and said, Aquarius, you're crazy. Why are you doing this? You know, so you don't need to listen to what anyone else says. But with the 10 of Wands coming up here, you're dropping that burden. But I think that's the foundation. That laid the kind of groundwork for whatever this is. Whatever this is. And this might have been people trying to stop you. This could have been other obstacles coming the way. You've soldiered on. You've soldiered on, whatever it was. Now you're waiting for the results of that so you can go on and do something else. You have a plan of action ready. You know it. You know what to do. That's what the 3 of Wands says. You know what to do with it. Yes, it's great. It's managing your expectations as well. But, it's beautiful. With the Sun, expect whatever you want. There's beautiful potential here. And the advice is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is the heart space. And I'm going to say this, and I don't know why it came through. And I've posted this on my Instagram on one point as well. it doesn't matter what anyone does to us. It doesn't matter what we go through. Don't ever let your situation or the people make you cruel. Don't ever let people do that. Don't let them change you. Why give them that power, right? Whoever you are, there's life-giving kind of energy, this, whatever it is. Keep that with yourself. You know, that's whatever those people are. And this is general, so the energies can go both ways. You know, maybe someone did a relationship become a burden? Has your work become a burden? But whatever it is, whatever this burden was, it seems like it was necessary for the next leg in this journey. And I hope that makes sense. But with the Ace of Cups coming up as your advice, and I keep going and rambling on about the Ace of Cups, it's something that whenever the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups come up, and they've been coming up a lot recently, and it's not me, it just feels like a greater push for people to understand it, because we are in Leo season at the beginning of this week anyway. And that's all about the heart space. And that's the Ace of Cups. That's our cup. When you start off with an ace, it's yours. Whatever's in that cup, whatever's in that ace, whatever it is, it's yours. There's nothing to do with anyone else at that point. It's yours. It's your new beginning. It's your new cycle. So here we see this cup overflowing. Now, at this point, it's about looking in your cup. What's in your cup, my lovelies? What's there? And Ace of Cups can represent emotional growth, spiritual growth, healing energy, love, right? A new cycle that's beginning, a new emotional cycle that's beginning. Whatever you did here, it might have been that, you know, for passion or creativity, you've had to go through this. And you might have had to do a lot. Wands is about action. Now it's about your happiness. Whatever this next leg is that you're kind of embarking on or moving forward into, it's about your happiness. And this is what you knew all along. That I can get through this. I'm going to soldier on through this because ultimately I'm going to be happy. I know my happiness is coming in for me. You saw the potential when no one else did. But that's just it. Not everyone trusts their intuition. Not everyone trusts their intuition. It's kind of, I think I said it this morning. I don't know. I think it wasn't an air signs. I think it was Earth or someone that I posted for. And all we ever want is to feel happy or to feel love. And then as soon as that feeling comes in, we doubt it. Is this real? Is this too good to be true? We start doing that. That's not what I advise, obviously. So with the Ace of Cups, always know what's in your cup. Start with your cup overflowing. Love yourself. Know what your worth is. Know all of those beautiful things. Why? Because when you get to the Two of Cups, that person's cup's going to match your cup. So the more you have in your own cup when you kind of step out there in the world, and I would say every great love story begins with what you have in your cup. That's what is going to get matched. Whether that's romantic, whether that's, you know, business partnership, whatever you're about to get into that makes you happy, whatever the next step is for you. And it's very general, very broad reading. It's just about the energies. And I think it's especially going to be for those that have trusted their intuition. You know, you've taken a few knocks. Sometimes it's felt like a burden. You've had massive amounts of crap shooting at you, but you've still soldiered on. You've still carried it. Still done it. I love this energy. It's lighter. I'll tell you that. It feels like it's going to be lighter by the end of the week for you guys. But that's if you can drop this. A lot of times when we've been carrying a burden for that long, or we've been braced for impact for so long, it's very difficult to kind of, you know, stop doing that. To know that it's safe now to kind of you don't have to be braced for impact. You don't have to keep carrying that burden. We can just drop it. It's done. There's something new coming in. There's fresh energy coming in. Right. Let's get you some oracle cards. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. Now, there is a lot of action that's been taken here. This, like I said, Wands is action. But it's been action as in defensive action. And you're getting to a place now where it's more expressive. It's about expression. And, you know, he's gone there himself. He's gone to that shore and he's waiting for whatever's coming in. But this can be news from overseas. I will say that to you. I mean, even with the sun coming up, sometimes I do see that as an overseas kind of energy. Maybe that's because I live in England, even though it's been really hot here as well. But demonstrate love is, if you feel this, your cup is overflowing, don't forget to share that with other people, right? Even if you've been overburdened, no matter what's been going on, you know, don't lose yourself. I'm getting that for some people, because when you go through these kind of challenging times, sometimes they can change us too. And they will always change us. Yes. Not sometimes, always. We're always changed by them. but don't let them harden you. Yes, let them make you wiser, take their lessons from them. But it's when we become cruel or harder, and it's not about that. Whatever this is, you've trusted your intuition. You needed to trust it. It doesn't matter if they didn't believe you, if no one else believed you. As long as you trusted it. And it's enough that the way they'll see it in you, you don't have to go up to anyone and say, well, screw you, you never believed me or whatever, right? This is about just being that loving person that you are, demonstrating love, expressing what's in your cup, sharing what's in your cup. Flexible. And I kind of get the sense that you've not been able to be flexible. Or, what do I mean by flexible? Let's talk about that first. Now, this card it asks you to think of like an oak tree, like a mighty oak tree. And imagine its kind of roots going deep into the earth. But it sways in the wind, right? It sways, even if no matter how harsh the winds are, if there's a storm, the tree is flexible enough to move with it. It's not going to topple over. A rigid structure would. This is about not being rigid. I'm getting the sense it's because of this, whatever you've had to carry. Even when it's gone, that's what it is. It is going this week. You've got an opportunity to dump that, whatever it is, not deal with it anymore. But it can turn us jaded and cynical and think, well, what the hell was that, right? With flexible, it's also saying, know what is of value to you. Know what's of value. What are your core beliefs or core things that you want out of a situation, right? What are you expecting? It's about being very clear on that. What are you expecting from this? And then everything else you can be flexible on. We all have kind of deal breakers, things that we will not compromise on. And you don't have to compromise on it. This is about, common sense, but having an open mind. This is about knowing what you cannot compromise on, but being open to compromising on everything else. There is more flexibility coming in. I mean, this guy, he didn't have the luxury of being flexible. If you were dealing with someone like this, they did not have the luxury of being flexible in the past. They've not had it because they had too much on them. And now there is greater flexibility coming, whether it's you, whether it's someone else, right? Well, we've got two there, but I'm going to take the one that I saw. All right. It says, you have a unique purpose and destiny. Oh, gosh, Aquarius. Dearest you have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some special place where, poof, you're perfect and happy all the time. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, what your expectations are, whatever form that takes. Your soul knows that you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present to all of life's adventures, to discover your talents and full potential for allowing inspiration to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd to listen to your soul. You are special as much as you are also paradoxically one with the world, individual yet part of a great whole. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul, check in with spirit, keep going. Spirit loves you, life loves you, we love you. This card could almost be written about Aquarius, guys. This is what it is, One of the things that's been said about Aquarius, I don't remember who said it, is for a long time, a long time ago I heard this, where Aquarius belongs to everyone but belongs to no one. And that's kind of what Aquarians are like. And that's what it can be so lonely to be an Aquarius sometimes, right? Because we are there, we're part of so many people's lives and stuff, but then we're not as well. The water bearer, we have to fill people's cups and then we move on to the next person. But when you're filling other people's cups, when you're doing all of that, make sure your own cup is full. And it feels like it is. And that's what the Ace of Cups is, the advice is saying as well. What's in your cup, Aquarius? Have you been so busy filling everyone else's cup that you've forgotten your own cup? But I really get the sense, especially with two beautiful energies coming up here. And I think the aces are lesser energies of the sun anyway. You must keep seeing the potential for this great happiness because you've known it all along. Don't let it, just because you've got this at the moment, because you're dropping this. You are dropping this. Let's just forget that. That's God. That's going. We're moving on to something else. This is a card of manifestation. This is, and not the manifestation part where you sit there and do the mantras or have the visualizations. This is the part where it comes in. And you've known from the beginning that it was going to come in, whether that's been a year, whether that's been 10 years. You kept the faith, right? For everything else that came through to you. But make sure your own cup is full. And I just feel like I have to say it again because it keeps coming through as a strong message that Please, I know it can turn you cynical and jaded, and there are days when you just think this is bullshit. You know, all of this is just bullshit. Nothing good ever comes from it. I'm still the one that's having to stand here and defend, but it isn't, guys. It isn't. You know, the sun does come out no matter what the weather is like. The sun does come out, and you can have this new start as well.